Hello, wrestling fans. Welcome to episode 81 of WWPWW. I am coming to you again live via satellite from the ATL down in Georgia, and I will be heading home tomorrow, back to good old Illinois. Jeremy's still holding down the fort there in Illinois. Jeremy, how are things on the Illinois front?
Held down. They're held down. Everything is good. No complaints.
Illinois, locked down.
Yeah, we got it on lock.
Awesome. Well, gonna throw it to Jeremy now at the news desk. We've
got two pieces of news for you today. One talking about a former WWE talent that has been cleared of charges, and another, well, we just don't know where one of the shows is going for SmackDown or for WWE. So, first news, we heard the other day that Enzo Amore has been cleared of all of the rape allegations. There's just not enough evidence to continue in the case, and actually it sounds like he was never charged for anything. They were just investigating. So there's that. Enzo has been charged of the rape allegations. Where he goes from now, or from here, we don't know. More than likely WWE will not deal with him ever again, mostly because of the way he was backstage and was with Roman Reigns throwing him off the bus and all those other things. He's not very good to work with, I should say.
The nice way of saying it is he's a big personality.
Yeah.
It's the nice way of saying
he's a little too big for his britches, as my mom would have said. So there's that. Impact was asked about him, and they said, well, we have a plan going forward right now. We don't know if we're going to even pursue anybody. They were being very PC about it, and so we'll see. We'll see if Enzo winds up anywhere. I know that he was working on a rap album prior to this, so we'll see what happens with old Eric. So there's that. Caleb, what are your thoughts about that?
It's good that he was cleared of any charges, because it's like that's a terrible, awful thing. So it's good to know that it seems like he didn't do it, because it's just a evil, terrible thing. But that's a good way of looking at it. It's just like, okay, that's good that it seemingly didn't happen, because that's a terrible thing. He seems like the kind of guy who could kind of fall into a lot of things. Like, I could see him doing something for TV. I could see him doing a rap album too. Like, that's he's he is a good trash talker. So who knows? Maybe he'll do something with that. Maybe become a commentator for something or something. Or I don't know. Like, I don't know if even though he's cleared, and it seems like there's no evidence that this happened, like, people, I think, still might kind of be weary of allowing him into, back into wrestling, at least for a while. I hope that, this, like, if this is truly, in fact, a false allegation, as it seems to be, I'd hate to see his whole career suffer because of a false allegation. So, hopefully, he can find something to, kind of make up for all that. But I don't know. I don't really know where he'll go or end up or anything. Like,
Yeah, we'll see what happens with an old Enzo Eric. So there's that piece of news. Another piece of news is that NBC has passed on SmackDown Live. They've given WWE a decent amount of money. I don't know if that amount is out there right now, but the reports are it's a decent amount of money for Raw. They're going to keep Raw on their USA network, but SmackDown Live does not have a home. There have been talks with Fox before all of this that they want to bring one of their wrestling shows over to Fox, but there's nothing set in stone. I don't know when SmackDown's contract is up. I can't remember any of those details. All I know is SmackDown Live does not have a home when the contract is up. More than likely, WWE will pull through. They'll find someone to put it up. Even if they have to put it up on their own network, they'll do that for a time. So, Caleb, what are your thoughts? SmackDown Live doesn't have a home.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that USA, because I know for Raw usually, I think, was always on USA. Like I think only a handful of years was it not on USA. And like I know in the past, SmackDown has been on all kinds of networks. SmackDown was on UPN. It was on Sci-Fi Channel, which is owned by the same people who own USA. It was on Spike for a time, I'm pretty sure. And then I think even for like a year or so, it was on the WB. Like I think for like a short time, it was on WB for like a year or two or something like that. Not a long time. So it's just kind of weird that USA, that pulls pretty solid ratings, it seems, with both of them, and especially since most USA original shows aren't on those nights, and they can plan their schedules around Raw and SmackDown, and just the merchandising machine that WWE is. I figured they'd want to keep both shows on the network. So that's kind of weird that they're keeping Raw, but they're not keeping SmackDown. That's just a little weird to me. I don't know if like Fox, if they're gonna put it on Fox Sports 1 or just plain Fox, or if they want like maybe check into like Warner Brothers Television, either putting it on CW or putting it on CBS or CBS Sports Network or something. There's a lot of opportunities for them, out there to do stuff. Like apparently since they do all the like most WWE stuff is released, most of their videos and DVDs and stuff are released through Warner Brothers Home Entertainment, and they've done the Scooby-Doo and the Jetsons movies and stuff like that, and all that's Hanna-Barbera, Warner Brothers and stuff. So I think the CW or CBS, both being owned by Warner, Time Warner, I think either of those would be good locations for them. NBC, I could see that one, being good too. I could see that working out. But yeah, it's just kind of weird that they kept Raw, but they're not keeping SmackDown. That's just weird to me.
Yeah, and I looked it up. It looks like Raw was on TNN/Spike TV from 2000 to 2005.
Okay.
I'll look up the SmackDown because I really don't know that. You're right. SmackDown's been on like several different networks. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know that WWE wanted it off USA. It's just that NBC passed on it. So it seems like Vince or somebody in WWE has saw the writing on the wall to see what that they're going to have to find someone else. And like you said, they've been on several different networks. It was on UPN from 99 to 2006. It was actually on the CW, which I didn't know.
Oh, okay.
From 2006 to 2008, SmackDown Live. My Network TV, it was on from 2008 to 2010. Sci-Fi from 2010 to 2015, and then it was actually only been on USA for 2 years. So it originally started on UPN, and then went to CW and My Network TV and Sci-Fi. So SmackDown has been on various platforms. So we'll see what happens. We'll see where it goes from here.
All right. Yeah, who knows? Guess we'll just have to find out. All right. Well, anything else before we jump into the recaps?
I can't think of anything else.
All right. Cool. Well, folks, let's go to the meat of the show. As per usual, our weekly recaps of Raw and SmackDown. Jeremy, you and I both saw the quote unquote Hulu cut of Monday Night Raw. What did you think of it? What did you like? What didn't you like? What worked? What was your overall feel of Raw?
I liked most of the matches. Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins was really good. There was a lot of fun spots in that. The Falcon Arrow on the apron, that was really cool spot. Those guys just work well together. I really enjoyed that match. I enjoyed Kevin Owens actually through the whole show. He goes back. He's like, hey, I need another title shot. I need it right now, and then he gets thrown into the Money in the Bank contender match, whatever it was called, which was pretty cool. I liked his backstage work. The sad thing is we didn't get to see the B team stuff with Bo and Curtis. The B team stuff they're the B team. It stands for best, apparently. So I look forward to that. I liked the Baron Corbin, Rude, and Noe Jose match.
Yes.
I thought Noe Jose, he came out to a big pop, which I'm really surprised. Like, I like him a lot, but I really didn't think that he would do well on the main roster. And not necessarily that he's a jobber. He took the pin in this case. But I'm glad, especially in England, they popped him pretty good for him. He did really good. He was really good in this match. He did his job very well. So yeah, I really like that match. Bobby Roode goes on to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Let's see what else happened. Didn't see that match. I'm going through all the recap here, and let's see. Yep, didn't see that. Oh yeah, the Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre versus Finn Balor and Braun Strowman. That was a fun little match that they had there. Didn't see that match. Sami Zayn was excellent in the ring when he came out and did his promo. I really liked that. I liked where he was going with Bobby Lashley. He gave me vertigo. I think that's really funny. He did a really good job in a heel promo by himself. Mm-hmm. I love that he was playing to the fact that he kind of looks like, or the Prince kind of looks like him and stuff like that. I liked everything he said. I liked it. I'm glad WWE's taking chances, and I say by chances, I mean they've done this before, but they kind of, to freshen things up, they'll do one thing and then they'll cut right into another. And so when they did the Sami Zayn promo, and then all of a sudden Alexa Bliss came out, like I was like, whoa, what's going on here? I'm glad they do that kind of stuff because they keep the product fresh, and they keep me wanting to see what's going on next. And then even Sami passing Alexa and Sami bowing to Alexa, and Alexa's like, yeah, okay, well, whatever, and going to the ring. I thought that was really good. And they're playing on the sister thing. Sorry, going back to Sami Zayn. They're playing on the sister thing with Bobby Lashley, and so I'm interested in seeing where they go with that. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm just reading the thing. Apparently, I guess I forgot that Sami invited Bobby Lashley's sisters to appear on Raw next week.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I think that'll be interesting to see where he goes with that. If he gets 3 guys, dress them up in drag or something, like I don't know what they're gonna do with that.
Yeah.
The Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Mickie James match was there. I don't remember a lot of it, to be honest. But Alexa moves on, so that's all right.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah. I liked Jinder's role in all of it as well. I thought he was better on promo this week than he's been in a while. Not promo, but you know what I mean, backstage.
Yeah.
His backstage stuff with Kurt. I thought that was really funny. I liked the spear through the wall. but I wish they would have covered that whole section up in some kind of black mesh or something, because you had signs there. That wall was put there by you guys. Come on.
Yeah.
That was really, really stupid, in my opinion. But I liked the spear through the wall. That was cool, sort of.
Yeah, it was.
What else happened that I can't remember? Oh, the qualifying match with Lashley, Elias, and Kevin Owens. I don't remember much about that match either. I didn't think any of them looked bad. I think Bobby Lashley looks awkward in a WWE ring for some reason. I don't know why that is. Yeah, that's all I can remember. Caleb, what were your? I can't think of anything that I hated.
Yeah.
There wasn't anything that I was like, they shouldn't have been. I shouldn't have been in there. I would have liked to have seen the B side, the B team stuff. I really would. I think that would have been great. But that's all I can remember about Raw. Caleb, what were your thoughts?
I really enjoyed it too. I agree that there really wasn't much to hate, and I didn't really hate anything. I think that's kind of one good thing about watching the Hulu version is it kind of just gives you the bare bones what you need, to get most of the storyline stuff. Yeah, I agree with everything you said. I liked a lot of that stuff too. The spear through the wall, I especially liked. I thought that was really cool. Kind of reminded me of like all the backstage segments that Stone Cold or Rock would do back in the day, where they would just appear out of nowhere and start attacking the bad guy who screwed them in the match or whatever. And yeah, it was really cool. It looked really cool. They both did a good job. And it didn't look awkward or staged, other than the fact that you could tell that they just put a wall made out of cardboard and super thin drywall and placed it in front of a hallway. They should have done something else, got one of those really, really cheap prop doors and set it up there.
A door would have been better.
Spear him through a prop door, that would have been cooler. But it still looked cool, and it I popped pretty big when it happened, because I didn't see it coming. You just hear "Rah!" and then he just spears me, and I was like, "Whoa, that was awesome!" So I popped pretty big for that. I thought that was really cool. That got me. And you're absolutely right. Jinder did a lot of great heel work, man. He did a lot of good character work backstage and all that. He did a good job. And then I enjoyed all three of the qualifying matches we had too. You touched on the triple threat with Rude, Jose, and Corbin. That one was really good. I thought it would just be it'll be okay, but I was like, oh, it was actually legitimately good. It wasn't just it was okay. It was actually really good, and all three guys did a really good job. The women's one with Alexa Bliss, Bayley, and Mickey, I really liked it. I thought it was pretty good. And but the Kevin Owens versus Elias versus Bobby Lashley one was probably my least favorite of the three, but it still did a good job. But I thought the Intercontinental Championship match with Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens was probably the best match of the night by far. It was really awesome. Lots of good stuff. And it didn't seem like a short TV match. I think it was almost 20 minutes long.
Oh yeah, it was long, but it was good.
Yeah, it was long, but it wasn't boring. There was always something happening, and it was really, really awesome. And then the Falcon Arrow on the ring apron, like you brought up, that was a really cool thing. It legitimately looked like it hurt, but the superplex where Kevin Owens did the fisherman superplex.
Oh yeah.
From the top, that was awesome.
Yeah, every time he does that, I love that move. It just looks cool every time.
Oh man, it was really cool. I thought that was awesome. I was like, oh, it's I thought, oh, Seth's gonna do the superplex Falcon Arrow, which is a really cool move. And then I've never seen Kevin do this move that I can remember. And
yeah, he's done it a couple times in the past year at least.
And so yeah, like just does a fisherman superplex out of nowhere, and I was like, oh, you can do that? Like I love the fisherman suplex. Like why have I never thought about doing a fisherman superplex? Like like that was such a cool move. And
Yep.
yeah, the match was awesome. It was a lot of fun. It was pretty cool. The whole Nia Jax challenging Ronda Rousey thing.
Yeah, I
I'm
forgot
very
about that.
interested and intrigued by it, but I don't know where it's gonna lead. Like I know you and I kind of talked, messaging back and forth, about like oh maybe it's just a storyline thing to get eyes on the pay-per-view and to get eyes on the match, and then something will happen like Alexa or somebody else will attack Nia, or like like you brought up, Mickie James would pop in and attack Ronda, because I don't want them to push Ronda too soon. Like I think she needs to you know with cut her teeth a little bit more in the ring, kind of earn some more merit badges, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I before she wins the title, but and I think Nia deserves more time with the title, more time as champion, and so I don't want Ronda to lose clean and just completely kill her momentum and kill off her uh, because like she wowed everybody at WrestleMania, and then so she deserves it eventually, but like and I don't want her to just like squash Nia and then just like make Nia look like nothing. Like that would be even worse, I think.
Yep.
Just because Ronda is such a big star, and everybody's been so into her, that I think it'd be I think she'd be fine. Like I don't want them to do that, but I think she'd be more fine in the long run than, because Nia was kind of becoming stagnant until this feud, until they put the title on her. They weren't booking her that well, and then now they've saved her and they've done right by her. So yeah, I hope that, I'm not putting trust in them.
Yeah.
But I don't want to immediately think the worst, and like I'm thinking that they have a plan. Like I'm like, all right, I think they have a plan, but I don't know for sure. But we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, we have to trust WWE and that they know what they're doing. It seems like they like you said, they want to keep the eyes on Ronda. But putting her with Nia, I like Nia, but sometimes she's a little too stiff, and I don't know that they should necessarily put Nia and Ronda together. I know they don't want to put her in a ladder match, since she's never been in a ladder match. Mm-hmm. So that's the reason why she's not qualifying for a title. And the one thing about the video I did like was that Ronda was humble. She was like, well, I don't deserve a match. I've not been here that long. And I like Nia's response, like, well, and then Charlotte kind of, and I wonder if they're going to use that as well to fuel a next year feud with Charlotte and Ronda. That Charlotte pushed you into this. She almost ended your WWE career by making you go up against Nia. Like Nia, I have a feeling that Nia could just go in, and because of her size, them building as she's a bigger girl, that she could quote unquote injure Ronda. I could see them doing that and building to a Charlotte feud towards WrestleMania, which I think that's what they really want to do. I wouldn't mind seeing that, but I kind of want to see Asuka and Charlotte again. But I know that probably won't happen until a year from next year's WrestleMania. It probably wouldn't happen again, since they're on two different. No, they're on the same brand.
Yeah.
Asuka and Charlotte. I'm dumb. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and then
anything else?
Yeah, the Sami Zayn stuff. Just to reiterate.
Okay.
Yeah, I enjoyed that too. I thought he did a great job. I never wanted to see Sami Zayn turn heel, because I thought he was such the cool, lovable underdog, and then he turned heel, and it was the best thing ever. I never would have thought to do it, because it's just like, oh, he's so over, people love him, he's such a cool underdog kind of, and then it's just like, oh yeah, he's such a great heel, like, yeah, like kudos to them for doing that. And I just love that um cocky little brother, I just got you in trouble, ha ha ha, grin that he always has on his face.
Yep.
And kind of like it's almost like Kevin Owens, and it's almost like him and Kevin Owens are the two little brothers, and then Kurt is like the big brother, and Stephanie McMahon is the mom. And they're always quote unquote telling on the big brother Kurt Angle to mom. And
oh, you're right, I forgot about that.
And that whole dynamic I love, because it's just, I love what he's just like, oh, you're not gonna give me a match? Fine. He just pulls out his phone. He's like, I'm gonna call Stephanie McMahon. Like, that is just such a fine. I'm gonna tell mom. Like, that is just such a I'm gonna tell mom type moment. And I've just loved this whole dynamic, and so I love all the stuff that Sammy's been doing, and just like all the looks and stuff that he has on his face and all that. Like, it's just, yeah, it's I just quite enjoy that, and I'm really intrigued to see what he does with Bobby Lashley too.
Yeah, I agree.
So, all right, anything else before we go to the grade?
I can't think of anything.
Okay. So, Monday Night Raw this week, what would you give it on a letter grade?
I'm going to give our normal average of B+. It wasn't anything spectacular. It did feel like an old school Raw. It felt like a 90s Raw, absolutely. And I think I feel like they need to go back to that well. I'm not saying like completely. Obviously, they can't do a whole lot with the Attitude Era, but they can take cues from what they did in their video packages, in their promos. Like they basically just need to set everybody down and say, okay, you need to watch these episodes of the 90s Raw, and obviously you can't be PG-13 or rated R or however it is, but you can at least take and have that kind of attitude. You can have attitude without cussing. You can have attitude without showing breasts and butts and all these other things. You can show attitude. And so I would set all the talent down and watch some of Stone Cold's promos, some of The Rock's promos, a lot of different things to get them to where they need to be. I would make them study a lot personally. And so, but with that being said, the episode was kind of a throwback to some of the 90s work. So I would give it a B+. Caleb, what would you give it?
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. Totally, kind of late 90s, early 2000s kind of Attitude Era type feel. It felt very old school, but, it was through the new filter. So I agree. I liked that dynamic. It was really cool to see. So I would agree, B+ from me as well. I would totally agree.
All right. Well, we go from Raw to SmackDown Live. Caleb, your initial thoughts?
Well, my first initial thought was no Randy Orton.
Oh yeah, there wasn't Randy.
Yeah, it's just kind of the things where you're just like, oh, SmackDown, okay, and then like you're done watching, and then you're just like, wait a minute, Randy Orton wasn't on, like, and like it was like no Randy Orton, no Jeff Hardy this week, which I thought was weird.
There's rumors that Jeff is hurt.
Ah, no.
But I don't remember if that was after SmackDown or what. But there was the rumor he somehow hurt his leg coming before getting into the ring. That's what the reports are, and so I hope that's not true, and I hope if it is, it's a pulled muscle or something, nothing too bad. But I think that's probably one of the reasons why. Mm. Another reason why is because this is it's Money in the Bank qualifying season, and he already had his qualifying match, didn't he, last week?
Yeah.
So that would be a reason why he wouldn't be on there. But you're right. There was neither of those guys.
But all right. So just jumping right in. The New Day versus the Bar. that qualifying match. I I really enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. I thought Xavier Woods and Cesaro was really. I thought that was really cool. Um, because these are two really 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 good workers. And one of the best things about this match was to the best thing about this match to me was Miz on commentary putting
Yeah.
over Xavier Woods and Cesaro just constantly. Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of cool to see because, like, I think at his heart he still is a fan of wrestling and he still loves watching it. And I feel like that's the fan in him coming out and just being like, these guys are awesome. Like, you have no idea how good these guys are.
Yeah.
And I think it also kind of is it kind of just is funny to see, like, this quote unquote change in his character since his daughter was born. And, like,
Oh, yeah.
and so it kind of seems like that a little bit too, the way he's just like, fatherhood changes you, and he's like, look at these two guys, aren't these guys great? Like he's still kind of riding the high, from that and stuff. So yeah, this match was good. Miz on commentary is great. He was great on here. It was cool to hear him, really going to bat, verbally for Cesaro, and especially Xavier Woods, the way he's just like, this past month and a half, Xavier Woods has just been unstoppable. He's been great. Like, so that was really cool. I thought the stuff with uh, Absolution, I'm getting really intrigued actually by the stuff that's happening with Absolution. The way
Yeah.
that backstage, they're like, oh, we had our qualifying matches last week. Like, no, you didn't. That was just a match. Like, you have your qualifying match this week against Becky Lynch and Sonya Deville. And she's like, oh, cool, it's a handicap match. She's like, no, it's a triple threat. Like, so I thought that was really cool. I liked how they were kind of, quote unquote, sucker punching each other during the match.
Yeah.
Trying to sneak a pin in and all that stuff. And then it eventually led to, Becky winning. So it looks like those two, the two Absolution, Mandy and Sonya, gosh, I forgot their names for a second. It looks like they're going to maybe feud with each other. Like, it appears that that's what's happening, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm glad they're going to break up. Personally, I thought Absolution wasn't as good as the Riot Squad, but yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree. And the Bludgeon Brothers had another really funny but also creepy promo. Like,
Yeah.
it really kind of teeters that line between, like, ridiculously funny and, like, off-puttingly scary. Like, and this was another, like, because it has, like, that weird, like, child, like that weird, like, child's play music and stuff like that. And it's just like, it's kind of spooky, but at the same time, it's funny.
Yep.
And then big news, we finally get Andrade Cien Almas. He defeated a local jobber. I can't remember the dude's name.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
Constantine something or something Constantine.
Oh, Constantino is his last name.
Constantino, yeah. It was something kind of like that. So yeah, it was cool. We got to see Almas finally. I'm really excited about that. The Royal Melibration. I don't care what anybody might say about it. Like, I haven't heard what anybody has said, but any naysayers out there, I liked it. I thought it was a good heat magnet. I thought it was really funny. I thought it was well done. I thought Carmelo did an awesome job. And it was, the way that, they had the Buckingham Palace guards, and all that stuff. That was fun. Like, the promo she cut was pretty good. And then, and then Asuka coming out and basically challenging her, and stuff like that. So I liked that. I can't wait to see that. I think that'll be cool. And then they announced that there's going to be another qualifying match next week, which is going to be Samoa Joe and Big Cass. I think that'll be cool. I don't know who will win. Hopefully it'll be Joe. I think it'd be cool for Joe to win the briefcase.
Agreed.
And
agreed. Oh, Samoa Joe winning the briefcase would be amazing. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think yeah, like I don't know how long he would keep it, like how long they'd want him to keep it. But yeah, I think that Samoa Joe needs to win this match and needs to win the briefcase personally. I think that would be awesome. And the backstage thing with Lana and the whole Rusev Day. I just love Rusev Day. Like, yeah, so that was just I enjoyed that. And then Daniel Bryan just unhinging and beating up Big Cass. I liked that. Like, that was cool. You know, like the big bully, like, haha, I'm talking tough, and then the little guy finally just snaps, and then he's like, you know what, I've had it. I've had enough. It reminded me of Christmas Story when Ralphie beats up Scott Farkas because he's like, you know, he's just like, you know, I'm done. You picking on me, and then he just goes ballistic and beats the daylights out of him. Like, I started laughing watching this because that scene popped into my head while I was watching it. And so yeah, that was kind of cool to see. Like, I thought that, you know, Big Cass would kind of get back at him, but like he did some good heel work on the mic, but yeah, Daniel just beat the living crap out of him, which was cool to see.
Yeah.
So, you know, I enjoyed that, you know. So can't wait to see where Daniel Bryan will go from here and all that. So yeah, hopefully he will hopefully they don't wait too long to do the Miz feud, because everybody wants to see that, and I can't wait for that. So and then there was of course all the stuff with AJ and Shinsuke. You know, all their stuff backstage, hyping up the match, was whatever. I didn't really think it was that spectacular. Wasn't bad. But although I did like the whole the Shinsuke thing where he was just like, you know, what chance mean? You know, what possibility mean? And like that was kind of funny. But the match itself, I thought was awesome. The match was really, really good. So, you know, Shinsuke won, so he gets to pick the stipulation for their match at Money in the Bank. I don't know what kind of match it'll be. I'd like to see Hell in a Cell or a ladder match. So, you know, because one of those two will get a definitive winner. You know,
Sorry, I guess they didn't say on SmackDown. I read somewhere that the stipulation was what is it? Oh, I can't remember. I'll have to look it up. It's stipulation. Nope, not situation.
Yeah, like I know I don't know if they've come out and said yet what it is, but I know on SmackDown he didn't say what stipulation he would pick.
I want to say that they came out on social media. I read it somewhere. It's a Japanese something. Or maybe it was just somebody saying, yeah, I'm not finding it. I know I didn't dream it. It sounded like more of a hardcore match. A Japanese death match, I think is what I heard.
Wow.
But that doesn't really mean anything in the WWE. So, yeah, I agree with you, though. Sorry.
So yeah, those are my thoughts. I quite enjoyed it. Really interested to see where everything goes from here. That seems to be a running theme with SmackDown for me, is they keep intriguing me with stuff that happens.
Yeah.
So yeah, like nothing especially big, you know, like not every single thing that happens is big, monumental, like, oh, that'll be cool, but a ton of things happen that have me be like, oh, so.
Yeah.
What about you? What did you think of SmackDown?
For me, WWE has turned Nakamura around. Them turning him heel, and you know, you can make a case for all the nut shots being annoying, But what he did on Tuesday night was hilarious. I like when a heel acts like they're hurt to a ref. I've always liked that. I'm glad they don't overuse it, but I feel like they should do it more often, but not overused it.
Yeah.
I liked that Nakamura got on his knees like, oh, I got hurt. Oh, I thought that was funny, and it didn't last long. I liked that. I am liking this feud more and more every time they're on screen, every time they have a match.
Mm-hmm.
I know we were both kind of disappointed in the match at WrestleMania, and I've said it before about other matches that we should, and we all do it. We're all critics, but we should wait. If they have their first match, we should wait to see what happens, and this is a case for that. AJ Styles versus Nakamura has been building very well, in my opinion. I've enjoyed this a lot more than I think most people have.
Agreed.
Every time that they're in the ring, they build on the match that they had before, or they build on the promos that they had before. It was a good match. It was a really, really good match. There were some flub ups in the beginning, but nothing too horrible. It was my favorite thing about SmackDown. Quite frankly, I really, really enjoyed it. We will have to see what the stipulation is. Again, I thought they had come out and said it was a Japanese death match, but apparently not. I couldn't find it on YouTube or on not YouTube, on Google or anything. The other things I like, Andrade's here. Zelina Vega's here. I'm super stoked about that. I think they did a good job putting him with the person that they did. Constantino. I think it was Jake Constantino is what his name was.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I am waffling on Cass. On one hand, he's getting really, really good heel heat.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, he's really annoying.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to shelve my feelings towards him until he's totally fleshed out. But this whole, I don't know how I feel about him, but I absolutely agree with you. Daniel Bryan not talking to Cass and just pummeling him. I think that was really, really good. I do like the words that were coming out of Cass's mouth, talking about how, even though I tapped out because I wanted to beat you as soon as possible. Like, I thought that was pretty clever. I thought that was pretty good. The qualification match, it was a decent match. Interesting that they went this way, have a tag team match, and now each team, or not each team, New Day is going to have to pick who they want to go into the match. I think they've kind of set up for. They've said things in the past how Kofi is the best of them, and so they've pushed that. But I hope they don't break this team up.
Well,
but it's obviously, and Corey Graves kind of alluded to it, that this is going to be the implosion of the New Day, maybe as kind of a red herring to what is going to go on. But the match was fine. Xavier getting the pin was really good. They're kind of pushing him, but not pushing him. The dirt sheets, I think, are saying that they're trying to push Big E. So I'd like to see that. I'd like to see Big E get another chance at a world title sometime. I'd like to see all three of those guys with a title. Yeah. To be quite honest, I don't know how that would look, but I really
do the Shield thing where one guy has a singles title and the other two guys have the tag titles.
Yeah, something like that. So I thought the match was okay. I am intrigued, even though I don't believe Mandy or Sonya are great in the ring.
Yeah,
I am intrigued. They're good on promos. Like, their backstage stuff was pretty good.
Yeah,
I really actually enjoyed that with Paige. I enjoy their kind of stuff on Twitter a little bit too. They kind of play to Paige is making a mistake, Paige is an idiot type thing, and so that was kind of fun. That's kind of fun. Let's see what else. Andrade again. I'm super stoked. with that. I actually like the Rusev Day stuff. I like it because of Rusev, not because of either Lana or Aiden. Rusev's face and just the joy that comes from his face is hilarious to me. It's he's a heel, but he's a happy heel. He's a happy heel that loves the fact that there's a day that every day is about him, and it's just kind of childlike in a way. He's a childlike heel, and I really like it. I hope he does win his match next week. Wait, is he against? No, he's not against Samoa. Who's he wrestling next week?
Well, he beat Daniel Bryan last week in the qualifying match.
Oh, that's right. It was Lana that's wrestling Billie Kay.
Yeah. It's Lana who has a match next week. That's right.
I'm assuming Billie Kay is going to win. But we'll see. Let's see. The Melibration, I agree with you. I thought she was great.
Yeah.
When she came up from NXT, I really was excited for that. I thought she was ready to come up, but I thought she was still green in the ring, sort of green in the ring. Not like some of these ladies who just came up, but I thought she could grow as she was in it, and I think she's pretty good in the ring. She's really good on this promo. I really enjoyed it. Just her leaving, that was really good. I don't remember AJ's promo backstage, but I remember Shinsuke's. I liked Shinsuke's promo. The whole, you have a chance to, and he's like, what's chance mean? I liked that. I really did. I liked the fact that he's like, no, what are you talking about? It's going to be a certainty. It's going to actually happen. And so I really liked his promo. Becky Lynch is going on to the Money in the Bank ladder match, which she should.
Yeah. I think I'm more excited for the women's ladder match than the guys.
I agree. I really do. Because now you got me thinking Samoa Joe needs to win that match, and if he doesn't, I think I'll be disappointed.
Yeah.
I really do. And so, but speaking of Samoa Joe, yeah, I agree. I think Samoa Joe should win. And that's it. That's about it. Because I started with the main event first. I really liked the main event. I liked the build that they've had with AJ and Shinsuke. Yeah, that's all I have to talk. Yeah. There wasn't anything I hated about SmackDown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, everything you said about the Shinsuke AJ feud, man, I agree. Like, now with the gift of hindsight, looking back on everything that's happened this far, it's been really good. Like, just the match, at WrestleMania, like, we were really let down with that. But the way they've built it since, I agree, has been great. So, yeah, it's one of those things where at the moment you feel like, oh, man, this sucks. And then now looking back on it, we're just
and the turning around of Shinsuke's character, I think that really helped him. Because, when he came in and started having that feud with Dolph, it made no sense.
Yeah.
I really like his character now. I really, really like his character now. And so they've done wonders in making people like him again. Yeah. So, anything else, Caleb, before you go to your rating?
I'm trying to think. No, no, man, I can't think of anything else.
All right. What grade would you give SmackDown Live?
I think I would give SmackDown Live a B+ as well. There was nothing I hated. All the stuff was good. I'm really excited. For everything that's happening. It was good. It was a good, sort of a blueprint episode, if you will, because they're building towards Money in the Bank, and at first I was kind of like, they have 5 weeks to build up to it. Why are they fast tracking it? But I'm just like, it's been good, like that they have been. This is the second week that they've been building up to it now. I'm digging that now. That they've been doing it, because we're getting a lot of good matches out of it. We're getting free TV matches, mind you, and getting some good feuds and good content and stuff out of it. So yeah, they did a good job this week, both shows. I don't know which one I liked better. I thought they were both really good. I didn't dislike anything about either of them really. But yeah, they both get a B+. SmackDown gets a B+, man. I thought it was really good.
Yep, I agree. Both a happy average show, B+ for me too.
All right, man. Yeah, that was the recaps of this week's Raw and SmackDown. Everything pretty hunky dory. Both B plus shows. Pretty good. Can't wait to see um, uh, where we will go to this next week. What will be happening next week in this. So can't wait. Can't wait to see Money in the Bank. That'll be lots of fun. So anything else before we give everybody the go home?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, you heard it her. Yeah, probably didn't hear it first though. Well, that was this week's WWPWW Raw and SmackDown recaps. We will see you guys next week for some more weekly recaps. This is Caleb.
This is Jeremy.
Signing off.
Peace.